Hello guys. Okay, so we have a new topic here. Actually, not a new topic because from the previous chapter, previous concept, we have learned about the market efficiency. We said that in the market efficiency, the producer, the consumer, they have maximized their surplus, and they will feel so happy about that. So actually, that will be a perfect place for the consumer and the producer, and they will feel happy, they will satisfied, but actually, sometimes you will find that the market will leave the efficiency, or the output is not in the efficient output. But why? Actually, if the efficiency, that means the efficient output is the perfect one, but why sometimes they will leave there? Actually, there are several reasons. Today we are going to talk about one of them, and that is not because of the market, but because of the government. Okay, actually, as we know, government can intervene the market by several ways, doing the price control, doing the quantity control, the tax and the subsidies, and these policies actually will affect the output level, right? For example, tax will discourage people to sell more. So actually, the quantity transacted will be decreased. And okay, then that means the output level change will decrease. And when it decreases, the debt loss will exist actually. Okay, so today we will go through how these controls or the tax and subsidies affect the output level, and then the debt loss, and then the efficiency will be weakened. Okay, so let's go. Okay, before we go through the government intervention, we have to go back to the basic to have a very quick revision about the market efficiency. Okay, at the market efficiency, as we know, actually that should be in the equilibrium output. That is a new name actually. That is efficient output. In the efficient output, and the producer and the consumer, they will be satisfied because here, this area we call that total social surplus. Total social surplus will be maximized. Okay, so maximized. Everyone has the highest certification. Okay, but how about the situation of that is not in the efficiency? Here we have a two situation. First, it's about the Q1. Q1, that means that is a output level below the efficient output. So actually that is what we call that under production. Okay, we call that under production. And why did I say not efficient? Because actually in this output we have 2 points. Let's check that here and here. Okay, the pink point is the marginal benefit of Q1, and the blue point is the marginal cost of the of Q1. Actually, in this situation, the marginal benefit is more than marginal cost. What does it mean? That means I can get benefit by producing this quantity, and I can foresee that if I produce more, I can have more surplus. This distance is surplus. If I do more, actually this surplus I can obtain. But now I give up. If I produce a Q1, I cannot get this surplus. So that's why that is a debt loss here. Debt loss. Okay, this area is the surplus I have not obtained by producing Q1. I have not obtained this surplus. So this is the debt loss in under production. And if how about reproduce a Q2? Yeah, actually I can obtain this debt loss in the previous one in the under production, but we have another problem because the blue point and the pink point. The pink one is the marginal benefit of Q2, and the blue one is the marginal cost of the Q2. And we find that the cost is more than benefits. That means we're doing something that we suffer loss. We are not getting a surplus, we suffer loss. It's not worth to do that, right? So if I do it, I have loss, and that is the debt loss. Okay, so every unit that have a more the MC is higher than the benefit, that is the debt loss. This is the debt loss of the second situation. That means the over production. Okay, and actually the government intervention will lead to these two situations, maybe underproduction or overproduction. So we will go for one by one and let's check what happened. Okay, so let's go for some the price ceiling first. And before the price ceiling implementation, that is an equilibrium. So we have this basic diagram here, and so then we try to draw a the change after the price ceiling. An effective price ceiling that should be set below the equilibrium. Okay, we have learned before, and it is a maximum price. So if it's set below the equilibrium, it will limit the market price to the price ceiling. So we draw a line, a price level below the equilibrium, and that's the price ceiling. And according to what we learned, that is two quantity here, and always the smaller one is the quantity transcendent. So it's Q2, and because we are going to find out the total social surplus, so we have to put this line more from the demand curve. Okay, so why we have to do that? So let's just discuss. Okay, so let me show you. Okay, we just name the area inside the big triangles first. Okay, here. Okay, so after the market price change, actually it changed from P1 to P2. So what happened to the CS, the PS, and the TDSS? Okay, so first for the consumer surplus. Consumer surplus is always between the three lines. Okay, they are the demand, the price, and the quantity. So here, the demand is the demand curve, right? And the P and okay, so let me show the demand curve, the price, and the quantity. The quantity is Q1, so we can see it straight like that. So actually area A and D is the original consumer surplus. Okay, but how about after the changes? It will become, so we try to use another color, for example using the okay, the purple, the purple one. So here it is the demand curve, the price is here, and the quantity is here. So we will find that area A and B, that is the new consumer surplus, that is A, B. Okay, actually we are using the same principle, this using three lines, okay, to determine where is the consumer surplus. So we found that there's a change, but do we know that that's an increase or decrease? Actually it's not, because they have a common area A, but D and B, which part is bigger is not sure. Okay, in my diagram here this time is the B is bigger than the D, but actually by drawing different types I can draw B is smaller than the D. Okay, so actually the change is unknown. Okay, this is unknown. And for the producer surplus, so let's find it. Producer surplus, you are using supply, price, and the quantity. So it should be, okay, it should be the price, supply, and the quantity here, the Q1. So actually area B, C, E is the original, okay, producer surplus. And what is the changes? The changes is, okay, now we are using the supply curve. Oh, sorry. The supply curve, the price is here, and the quantity is here. Okay, so actually that is area C. Okay, so here area C is the producer surplus. Okay, so last one. Actually, we just about the total social surplus. It's always the demand curve, supply curve, and the quantity. And if we have to find the CS and PS, it's very simple. We just add them together. So actually, before the in the equilibrium, area A, B, C, D, E, that means the big triangle here. The big triangle here is the total social surplus. Okay, and after the changes, that is the Q. D and S. Okay, Q, D, D and S. So area ABC left. Okay, so let's see the changes. The producer surplus actually decreased, but because we lost the area B and E, and total social surplus, yeah, we lost an area B and E, and we'll find that we have a D more, but actually we lost D and E, so actually we decrease. And okay, where is the debt loss? Debt loss is the difference between these two situations. So that is D and E. Okay, that's how we find the different components in the price ceiling. So your practice is going to find these elements in price floor. Okay, then what should we do about the counter? Actually, we are doing the same thing. So as we learned, the counter will change the supply curve. The supply curve will become vertical and then decrease. And so S2 is here. Oh, this is S1. So after the changes, before the changes, equilibrium is here. And after the changes is here. Okay, so we have P2 and Q2 here. We have P1 and Q1 here. So actually, price and the quantity have these changes. And how about the producer surplus, consumer surplus, these things? So let me write down the A, B, C, D, E. Okay, and very simple. So according to what we learned, using the same principle, consumer surplus is between the demand curve, the price, and the quantity. So as we have to find these things, demand curve, okay, and price. So originally this is our A. Oh, sorry, it should be A, B, D. Okay, after the changes, that this is demand curve, and the quantity here, and the price. So actually A and B. Okay, then how about the producer surplus between the supply curve, the price, and the quantity? So actually originally it's a C and E, and after that, because we have a supply curve here, the quantity, and the price here, so we get the area B and area C. Okay, so we have for B and C. B and C. Okay, so how about the total social surplus? Total social surplus, originally we have all area here, A, B, C, D, E. And how about the changes? Simple. Demand curve, quantity, supply curve. So it's area A, B, C. Okay, so actually total social TSS decrease. PS, we will find that we have a common area C, but B and E, which one is bigger? I don't know. So it's unknown. So about the consumer surplus, we lost area D, so it's decreased. Okay, how about the debt loss? Easy, that's just D and E. Okay, we lost this area. We lost D and E. Okay, so that's a coder. Okay, let's talk about the per unit test. Okay, so here per unit test, the first changes is about the supply curve, because it would decrease the supply and suppose they are parallel, so we could put these two icons here, and it's shifted to the left, so we can find the new price and the quantity here. So price and quantity change like this, but what is the change of the surplus? So let's finish this. Okay, so after the change of the supply, we have a list down. Okay, so original CSPS and TSS are just list here, so I think most of you can handle this now. But for the changes, so let's look at the consumer surplus. It's between the price, the demand, and the quantity. So the quantity is here, and then the price is here, and the demand curve is here. So we will find that it will only A after the changes. And after, how about the PS? The PS, the quantity is here. Sorry, the quantity is here, and the price, it will be okay. Supply curve is, the supply curve is now here. Okay, so actually between and then the price, so it should be B and C only. Okay, so how about the TSS? It's the demand curve, supply curve and the quantity. So area A, B, C, D, E, H is a DSS. Okay, so how about the Duffy loss? Oh, I write on the wrong page. Duffy loss should be, we only miss area of F and G. So Duffy loss is F and G. Okay. Okay, maybe there are some smart boy and smart girl. We will ask me, oh no, I know that in the test, that is the area which belongs to the test that collected by the government. Actually, that is not the producer surplus, is not the consumer surplus. So that's why the TSS is not the summation of A and CS and PS. Oh, it's so different from what we learned. Yes, actually in the diagram, where is the test? The test is the area here. Okay, area B, C, D, E. And this area, this rectangle, actually is collected by the government. But government, is that belongs to the society? Yes, it is part of the society. So this time, the total social surplus there is three components. One part belongs to the consumer. Second part belongs to the producer. Okay, this is consumer. This is producer, and this rectangle belongs to the government. So that is a total social surplus, and that's why the total social surplus is that big. Okay, now you understand how the price ceiling, how the quota, and how the per unit test affect the market efficiency. So that is all of them have lead to a underproduction. So actually now, so I would like you to try the price floor and the per unit subsidy by your own, and let's check the answer in the next video or next lesson. Okay, so if you have any question, I'm welcome to ask me. Okay, so see you next time, and work hard and try. Bye.